Hello and welcome to Make It Make Sense with Auntie. Of course, I am Auntie, and I am super excited for today's show. I want to go ahead and thank, of course, we want to thank BFAM for allowing us to be here every Thursday at 5 p.m. Like we truly enjoy. I truly want to thank all my listeners that tune in each and every week with me every Thursday. I am super excited. We have some guests that will be tuning in today. And we're super excited for our guests that will be tuning in with us. And right now, y'all know we don't talk about the politics on Auntie, but like I said, we're gonna go ahead and just pray for the state. We're gonna pray for the decisions that was made, and we're just gonna pray that those that are in office do what they are supposed to do. They go ahead and make it make sense. I want to say that with him in office here, Gemini, so I'm a root that Lord. Yeah. So that's pretty much my stance on politicking, what's going on. It's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, as we know. Before we get into the show, like I said, I will be having some guests that should be joining us. Oh, look at here. I was just finna introduce them. So this handsome face man on this screen over here. How you doing, big cuz? Listen.
What's going on?
It's good. We blessed. So this is Mr. Chris Farrison, and I'm going to let him take it away. I'm going to let him go ahead and let y'all know what he has going on because he has some exciting stuff that I'm interested in. So there you go, Mr. Farrison.
So we're not going to talk about the politics, huh?
Oh, no, we're going to do that too. You can talk about what you want to. I said now you got it.
I have this program called More For You.
Mm-hmm.
I had it several years ago. And we were doing very well.
Okay.
We did a lot of mentoring, tutoring. We had I had at least 28 tutors.
Okay.
And I had at least 15 mentors. We were giving out scholarships. And I'm talking about $2,000 scholarships, $2,500 scholarships. We had a lot of press on it.
Okay.
We had a very good board of people that had some outside sponsorship.
Mm-hmm.
So we did that for about 4 years, and then we had to close it down because eventually we started losing mentors because of some of the kids that we were working with were at-risk kids.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone can't, how do you want to say it, deal with at-risk kids or want to deal with at-risk kids.
You got me now.
So that was a big issue.
Right.
They would drop the kids off, wouldn't come back and get them. The time they said they would come get them. And we were using a public library for our place of to mentor. We were using Boys and Girls Club. We were using the library, so we had everything going pretty good, and then we had to scale back. Once we scaled back, everybody just kind of lost interest, and we stopped doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So now I want to try to do it and do things, hold people accountable, and I want to let people know that are coming in that will be mentoring and that will be doing the tutoring. They have to understand that we're dealing with some at-risk kids. And these at-risk kids are not good kids.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have patience.
Well, I volunteer. I don't want to cut you off, but I volunteer. I want to.
So I'm definitely putting it back together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm exploring a board because once we started again, I have somebody working on the 501c3 again, or reinstating it. So we really are trying to get this back on the road, and this time, hopefully, it lasts longer than the 4 years that we had it before.
Well, that's definitely something we're interested. Well, sorry for cutting you off, but yeah, we're very interested in that because that is actually something that myself over at Make It Make Sense with Auntie. I also have a youth program called When Life Give You Lemons. And the reason why I always say, because if you've been paying attention to like all my stuff I post, is all I tell people when life give you lemons, and they always say, most people say make lemonade, and I tell them no, you make it make sense. Because you might not be in the mood for no lemonade. You might want lemon chicken, lemon pie, lemon whatever. And you just might not be in the mood for that. So I just tell them to make it make sense. I'm very interested in doing that. I do have a background with working with at-risk kids. So I actually, my degree is in I actually went to school for that. I'm in school now, finishing up my psychology to actually work with the growth mindset. And I work with special needs, and I work with at-risk teens and youth and young adults. My program that we do now is from the ages of 10 to 25.
Yeah, okay, that's good. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in an organization called 100 Black Men, and we basically deal with just guys, young
Mm-hmm.
boys. But with my program, it's going to be both. It's going to be both, and I really want to get a lot of females to work with the females. I don't want the men to really work with the females because
I understand.
And if that does happen, I want females there with the men. Because again, sometimes we get complacent and we forget how we supposed to act with young girls, and I don't need that. So we want to try to make sure everybody's comfortable in this situation, and those kids can talk to us about anything.
Right.
They can talk to us about anything, because I know for me, I'm going to be very blunt. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything when it comes to dealing with our youth, because the other side doesn't do that.
And listen, you better talk to me, because I tell them all the time. I remember when I used to work for one of the schools, and it was predominantly, my little African American little kids, and I was working almost going from a preschool to elementary, and I would get on them when they would be doing stuff, and the director, she was one of us, but she would walk around and tell me, oh, you shouldn't be hard on. I say, listen, baby, the world ain't finna be soft on them, so we gonna start them right now where they prepared to take accountability for all their actions. They gonna understand that for every action, it's a reaction. I'm not finna play with them now, and they're not gonna play with them later. So we're not gonna do this. When I ended up leaving that school, I had parents that was actually asking me to go and start my own school, so they would put their kids there, so they wouldn't be left left dealing with what they got going on. Because I don't mind spending time with some kids, because sometimes they just need a little extra tender love and care, especially them at-risk ones.
So that's really and see, another thing with my program is those kids have to meet certain criteria, meaning they have to go to school. That's
right.
Number one. Number two is they got to maintain a 2.5 grade point average while in school. And three, if they break any of those rules, they automatically out of the program.
So they have a one strike policy.
Well, I'm not gonna say one strike, but depending on the situation and the circumstances, because you're dealing with our at-risk kids, they're gonna make mistakes. They're gonna do that.
All right. I'm trying to think. So, Mr. Show Out, he is actually one of our co-hosts, but he is unable to be here tonight. And he says that he wants to be able to mentor them with music, where they can express their talents and not doing it for clout or fame, and take away the guns and crimes out of the music scene. So we, like I said, me and him, we are actually working on a program that we want to actually do the beginning of next year, where it's more of like what you're saying, a mentor program. But I want to be able to offer the different things that they're interested in. So those are the mentors that and the volunteers that we have that come in. So if it's a youth and we know he like this, because I like to go and and talk to them and figure out what is it that they like to do. Not what nobody else what to do. Like I have a lot of parents that say, oh, well, my son playing football. Yes, but do he want to play football? Or is that what his daddy say, that he finna go out there on the football field and play football? What other talents do this child have that he want to go and pursue? And so we look at those talents. So if you know what I'm saying, and we do offer, the education programs, because I have actually created a bunch of books and workshops and stuff that we are actually putting together to offer these programs, that it is a program that we're able to offer around the clock. It's not just like once every now and then. It is something that they are able to have, and I want to eventually buy some property and actually put a school there and get some property and do some stuff for fathers, because I do a lot of fathers' rights. So I work with a lot of fathers, especially a lot of young fathers. Um, Here go Walter. So I'm with Zoe on this one. Bump them kids. They don't want to be anything more than gang bangers. So let them do each other right until they want to go back to school. We went to school. Mr. Chris, you want to answer that?
Well, it's easy to just throw them to the wolves. I mean, that's the easy part. But what's going to happen to the next generation? You know, what's going to happen to the next generation? You know, right now we're in a bad spot. I deal with some bad kids, you know, and what I found to be true is if you show them love instead of throwing them in the garbage, a lot of them will change. A lot of them will change. As I said before, I had a kid that pretty much wanted to kill himself because of his mother passing away, and that kid was horrible. That kid was horrible. And had I been the type of person to just say, you know what, I don't want to deal with you anymore, you know, that kid probably would be in jail or dead right now. But guess what he is? He's in college. He's in college. So you have to hold them accountable. And you have to give them responsibility. That's one thing that we don't do as parents these days, is we don't give our kids any responsibility and hold them accountable. We're always doing the stuff for them. Okay? You have to hold them accountable. If you know the garbage is supposed to go out every Monday, I shouldn't have to get up to say, take the garbage out on Monday.
Exactly.
Or don't forget to take the trash out. You give them a responsibility and you hold them accountable. And once you do that, then they feel like they owe you something. I've been in that situation on many occasions where, you know, I've told kids, look, if you don't do X, Y, Z, these are the consequences. And I'm not going to keep telling you the same thing. You don't have to. I don't have to tell you when you come home that it's okay to get on the game.
Right. Right.
I don't have to tell you that because you already, you know, that's what you want to do. So you're going to have it in your head that as soon as I finish my homework, I'm going to get on the game. I don't have to remind you of that.
Right.
Society don't work like that. And the sad part about it is, with society, and you're black, you only get one chance. With society and you're black, you only get one chance. Those are the facts.
Right. Right. And we agree. I mean,
now, am I saying, keep giving this kid chances after chances after? No, that's not what I'm saying. But all you have to do is show them that you care about them, and they'll ride with you all the way to the floor.
And that's true.
I ain't talking about no women love. I ain't talking about no woman love.
No, that's true.
Put your arm around me, baby. I got you. You don't out here and rob somebody, and your mama's steady saying, "Oh, it wasn't him." It's him. I'll give you another example, then we can move on. One of my kids called me from on his way back to Florida State. He was doing 85. He said, "Mr. Chris, I think they racial profiled me because we all were in a group going back to school. It was about 8 of them in a group, and he just pulled me." So I said, "Well, how fast were you going?" He said, "I was going 85. I said, "What did the law say?" "Well, it's 70. It's 70. I said, "So were you breaking the law?" "Yeah, but why he picked me? Why did he pick me?" I said, "It don't matter. I can't go to court with you and argue with the judge when you were doing 85. So he said, well, that ain't right, Mr. Chris. That ain't right. I said, "Okay, now I'm gonna give you an example. If me and you rob a bank and they just catch me, are they supposed to let me go until they catch all of us?" "Well, no, it's different, Mr. Chris." I said, "It's not different. We both broke the law. I just happened to get caught. You didn't. So are they supposed to let me go until they catch the rest of us?"
Right. Excuse me.
Then he was like, "Well, I mean, Mr. Chris, that's kind of different." I said, "That's not different. We broke the law together. They caught me first. They caught me.
Right.
Are they supposed to let me go because they couldn't catch all of us?" "Well, Well, no, it's not. But I understand what you're saying. But it really is no but. I mean, you either broke the law or you did. Now, I will go to court with you so you can try to get the points off your license, talk to the judge.
Right.
Well, we're not going to go in there and say racial profile because you was breaking the law. I'm going to fight with you 100%. 100% if you're right.
Right. Oh, I agree. I 100% agree because I do accountability. We do accountability partners. When I have groups and I tell them, this is the person that you two can hold each other accountable for certain things that goes on. Then, if you feel comfortable when you're speaking to other people, and I do strongly feel like accountability is necessary in any relationship. Like, you have to be accountable in order for it to be effective anyway. So I don't work as far as working with the kids, and when because I live in Progress Village. So living in Progress Village, I deal with a lot. We have a lot of little young men that a lot of them that lost their way, and a lot of them have. But and that's pretty much where I got the name Auntie from, was because the young men in PB took to me as an auntie because I always kept it real with them. Like I told them, I'm not finna sugarcoat nothing for you. I'm not finna pretend like that, and we're not finna go and start focusing on the reason why the police bothering you. What did you do for the police to bother you? We're not finna do that. We're not finna sit around here and just make it seem like they just walk around harassing everybody, because there are some that do. But you know that if you standing on this corner selling drugs in the afternoon and the police come through here, you can't tell nobody about how they being mean to you, because that man doing his job just like you came out here to do yours. Difference is one of y'all legal and one of y'all not. So they know Auntie you got to make it make sense for me. Like, that's one thing they got to make it make sense. I ain't sugarcoating, and I'm just like you. Well, I go to court, I'm rocking with you till the wheels fall off, as long as you go in there and make it make sense. Because soon as you go in there and lie, or go in there and looking crazy and going there with that foolishness that I ain't on, you was on your own, baby, and I'm just going to sit there and look at you. I told you got to make this make sense. And that don't make sense to me.
First of all, we're going to get understanding before we go. I'm not getting off my job to go to court with you.
Right.
And you on that bull. No, we're going to get a clear understanding. Because it can't be no respect without understanding.
You better talk to me.
So that's how that's gonna go. Yeah, that's how that's gonna go. Yeah,
pretty much. So I don't know what happened to everybody else. Maybe they're trying to get in. I'm not sure. But no, we're gonna keep on going, because that conversation, we need to have that one. Everybody been talking about it. You posted it, so I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about that.
Which one?
The one with I heard my mama ask my daddy for that. My daddy ain't say about that. Listen, they be telling me sometimes, they get on me, and I be telling them I'm a whole victim of domestic violence, baby. I survived. Y'all don't want that 50-50 relationship from back in the day, boo. Not when you trying to be the wife for real. That ain't what you want. That's not what you want. That ain't what you want. And most of them in 2024 ain't built like that. And I be trying to explain that to people, but they don't understand.
Well, I teach my daughters that, that this generation, they're not just going to give you something without wanting something back. Because I'm going to be honest with you and straight to the point. If I'm buying for you and doing for you, you're going to give me some ass.
All day, every day. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I ain't doing that shit out of the kindness of my heart. And if any woman think that that's not true or that doesn't happen, then you're misguided. No man is just gonna do something for you just because he ain't got nothing else to do. There's an ulterior motive. My daughter was getting boots and jewelry and all kind of stuff from a guy she was dating, and she said they were just friends. Daddy, we just friends. Okay. And when I met him, he said, Mr. Chris, we're just friends. Nothing is expected. And then they went out, got a little tore up, and he wanted some ass.
Mm-hmm.
She said no, and he brought up all the shit
that he had done did for her.
He had done for her.
Oh, I hate them tight.
And now they're not friends anymore because it got physical. So don't think for 1 minute that your mother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother that did not work and the man took care of the house, you don't know what the fuck went on behind closed doors.
You better talk to me.
Because they kept us out of their fucking business. They kept us out of their business.
Yeah.
So don't sit around hollering about, oh, well, my daddy never asked for half, but I bet your mama did what your daddy said.
I remember stories. I sat down the other day and I was just sitting there one day and I wrote down 29 and I looked over there at the lot and I say, oh Lord, like I remember some stories and I remember some stuff that went on. It's just like, you know what, that stuff did happen and my grandma and them ain't talk about it and my mama and daddy ain't talk about it. But now that I got older, you know, before Greg left here, you know, he talked and went to telling and he talked about a whole lot of stuff. And I'm just sitting there looking at my daddy and I remember like even with the drugs and all this stuff, I knew my mama wasn't allowed to say nothing. I know she didn't. She didn't say nothing and we knew.
My old man, he took care of home or whatever. But when my mom started saying shit that was going too far, he would only say a few words. Hey, that's enough.
Mm-hmm.
She may say one or two more words, and that'd be the end. But you don't have black women going for that shit now. Black women gonna talk. I don't care if you tell her to be quiet. I don't care if you paying all the bills. She gonna talk shit.
You know what? I'm guilty of that, but I'm guilty of that to an extent. And I'm gonna say this because I have always been loud. I've always been that person. I've always spoke up for myself. But I've also always been the person that like to chill and stay by myself. So if I get pushed to that point where, because I'll go through the whole process of you got that, just leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Or if we can't talk about it effectively, all right, you right. I'm gonna do that because I don't be trying to argue, but because men have a tendency to sit there and nag too, and they'll make it seem like it just be the woman where they'll sit there and do that grumbling, and they like certain stuff they're doing to a woman is like, listen, because you are the provider in this house does not mean you get to walk around here and carry on the way that you do. Because sometimes,
yes, it do, and that's what I'm saying. So
it
goes right back. There you go. That's the reason why I said what I said. It goes right back to what I just said. So when women posted stuff like what they posted about, hey, the men don't do what, my daddy never asked my mama for it, blase. That's what I'm talking about. Your daddy didn't have to go through that bullshit, that mouth. Your mama knew how far to go. And for all we know, your mama was gonna ask what.
Facts. But then, okay, so, and I agree with all of that stuff there. But then what about now that we're in 2024 that we don't have the same men that was back then either? So
we don't have the same women. Half y'all can't cook.
Like I said, I don't know about that half.
Half y'all don't even know how to wash clothes.
Let's see. Walter say women get in trouble when they have us running all around and then don't give up the kitty and we turn tail and they get mad. It's a cycle. And I mean that turns some people on, but I just ain't that type. And I think that, and I like a lot of people say, oh, everybody say that, but no, I'm genuinely not the person that be into all of that stuff. Like I think that I've been through enough stuff where I probably done hit that hillside, and it's just like that stuff that like I want to be the woman that could be submissive and to sit there, but I want to be able to do that and not be required. And I'm talking about, and I do it all. I cook, I clean, I do all that. Wash clothes, iron clothes. I'm talking about I go to work, I go to school, and I still let the man lead. But I also need the man to understand that some men get to a point where they become entitled. It's no more of just like I'm appreciative of I have a equal partner beside me that's handling her 50% of what's going on or her doing her part. It becomes that we have a lot of men, I don't know for whatever reasons that they got going on, but you have a lot of men that become they've really become to a place that is really, they want it's more entitlement and I guess what we've been calling the sassy era or whatever, because you have a lot of men that don't want to do the things that are required of them, and they done got to the place where they want the woman to take care of them, but they still want to be the man.
A lot of women are materialistic. That's one of the main things now.
Yeah,
there are a lot of women that are materialistic.
That is true.
That right there is a real big problem in my opinion.
I agree.
That, you know, if they see this girl with Gucci on, she wanted to. I know a friend of mine. I thought he had a great marriage, but he's married to the other side, and because he's not bringing in the money that he used to bring in, it's an issue. Okay, I think it's all about how you're raised. I guess I don't know, but materialistic stuff have a whole lot to do with the way things are being done now when it comes to women. I'm 100 with you when I say that. And can you bring that comment back up? So last week there was the comment that was made because again, Ms. Rayner, I don't know where she at, but we had Walter say, if you really want that life, do what you need to do and let that man be a man and lead you. That shit y'all were talking last week with the Rayner girl is crazy. Y'all are making these soft ass men. Okay, there
stop.
You go. I agree with Walter. There's some soft ass men out there.
No, it is. But this is the conversation. So the conversation last week, Rayner let them know that she ain't dependent on no man. All that what they got going on because she is, again, me as well when it comes to the spiritual world. So when it comes to spiritual stuff, I don't entangle in all that stuff with men and what they got going on. I be, you know what I'm saying? Because we was talking about giving and receiving and with spiritual ties last week. So it was about the spiritual ties.
Meaning what?
As far as men, you know how when it goes to stress, when we were talking about the stress and the stuff, and then they were speaking on me personally, when I'm dealing with somebody, when you got all that stress and stuff that you have going on and stuff, when it comes to sex and stuff, I'm not doing that with you. I'm not doing that with you because of my spiritualness. I'm not doing that with you. I'm not transferring those spirits. I'm not going to do none of that stuff. I don't even know who that is.
Yes, I just sent it to her. That's
okay.
You can let her in or whatever.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So the conversation was that because we were speaking on spiritual ties and because of the situation that the men, you know what I'm saying, some men were in, they were saying how they was talking about how we should let them have their wives and their women and about the men. First of all, whatever men do when they bring up Bibles and they have that going on, that's on you. Spiritually, I don't play like that. That ain't got nothing to do with no man. You need to connect your device, please. She had to connect. So it was a whole conversation about spirituality. When Ms. Rayner, when Rayner is up here, Rayner is very spiritual as well. And like she tells us, she talks a lot about spiritual transfers, spiritual bonds, and we talk a lot about that. So when it comes to that, I don't care what a man got going on. If you ain't got your shit together, you're not releasing nothing in me talking about what you got, what you dealing with. I don't care who you are. And so he talking about that. We talk.
You said spiritual, meaning what? Like what? I mean, give me.
So me, I'm very okay. So with me, I'm very big on soul ties. I don't play that soul tie stuff. Like when it comes to that, I like when it comes to me and what I have going on. Anybody I'm dealing with, they know that about me. When it comes to the spiritual form and transferring to us, because I study, you know, deeper into more than just what one person say, you know, is more than religion and it's all the other stuff going on. So I truly belong in spiritual connections and I move a whole lot on energy. I don't deal with a lot of people because I see more auras than I see people. So I'm different from a lot of people. That's why I be trying to tell them when he was saying, and when they go to talking about about a woman and men and them having many wives and that work for y'all. That's baby, that by all means y'all can do all that stuff. But at the end of the day, if I'm not spiritually connected, or if you got some stuff that's going on with you that you ain't unable to handle and deal with, I'm not letting you release nothing towards me. You can keep all that. You keep that. And so let's see, if a woman signs up to be with a man, she has to accept what he does and how he see. As that is what makes him a man. Women be trying to change us to get the kitty, and we get dumb and quit working and bam, we stop. So see, listen, I don't know. Okay. You want to talk, Chris?
My boy Walter.
I already knew this. I literally said I don't know how this is going to play out with Walter and Chris today. But listen, everybody loves Walter. All the men love Walter. And I understand that. I'm here for that because, again, when we are dealing with certain people, it depends on your level of who you is and your healing, what you attain and what you require. So when it comes to all that, if that excites you to have many wives and to think you got to control her, or every time you want to jump on her, she supposed to go lay down for that, by all means, that's y'all. You say if you meet a dishwasher, you better love that dishwasher. Sir, listen. If first of all, okay, let's go there. Because Auntie don't care about how much money you make. Auntie don't care nothing about none of that. I am not the chick that's going to say, oh, he don't make this much, he can't take me here. Because, again, that speaks into the woman that I am in 2024. If I'm going to be an independent woman, that means that if a man do walk up to me and say, oh, well, I got to go this and I ain't got the money, I'm the chick that'll sit right there and slide the money to him in the back of his head where ain't nobody got to see that. We the ones that have the conversations outside in the car before we go in there, because it ain't no embarrassing moments when you rocking with Auntie. That's why I be telling you, you can't box me in with everybody else, because I'm telling you, baby, once you experience Auntie over here, which is pressure, all that there, them many, many wives that you got, baby, listen, it will take many, many wives to do what Auntie do. I be trying to tell y'all that. That's why you got so many wives, because you couldn't handle one me, because I do all of that. And I require people to be the person that they show up as, not who you pretend to be, not who you tell me you is. I'm calling you out as who you say that you are. And because I am that woman in my healing, not that I'm hurt, not that I'm broke, not that I'm none of that stuff, because I know who I am and I am emotionally intelligent. The conversations that y'all be having and y'all be talking about that sex, my mind don't even be thinking of that, because I am a sapiosexual. So in order for me to even go there with you, you have to at least be intelligent. Let's see. That's some bull. A woman paying to take her man out will never stay with that one man. They have a side dude and you are on your way out and probably don't even see. Again, that depends on the type of woman that you're dealing with. Because if a woman, and I'm going to tell you, and this is why I be saying what I say. So explain to me how that works. If you tell me that you the man, you provide for all your women and you're doing all this stuff for you, for them. If a woman turns around and is able to provide for her man when he can't, that means that she cheating, or that means that you just ain't never had a good woman and all yours cheated on you. Because I don't have to cheat. I ain't got to do all that. I don't have the energy to expel to all those many, many people. I am a woman, a real woman. I am her. I am the chick that pours into the man that is in my life every single day, even when he don't pour into himself. I am the woman that builds him up. I am the one that'll take care of the kids. I am the one that still cooks and cleans.
Have you dated Walter?
Hell no.
Oh.
No. And the thing is, that's what I'm telling you. And I dated women for over 20 some years. So I done seen it from both sides of the aspect, and it's done went both ways. So when it comes to certain stuff that y'all be saying, I'm a woman that when a man walk around here talking about what he got between his legs, so when a man sitting up there telling me about the money in his bank account, and what can you offer me emotionally intelligent besides that? I'm the woman that's going to require you to actually show up and be the man that you say that you is. I'm not the woman that you can sit there and tell me about, oh, you need to go in there and cook because I'm going to have sex because the meal is already ready. So now is your plan? When you get that woman, because again, in like we have now, because there are a bunch of women that are like, materialistic. You do have a bunch of these women running around expecting this, but we also have a bunch of men that don't know how to be men. So a lot of them want to go ahead and throw it back on the woman and say, well, I'm the man. This is what you're supposed to be do. But you're lacking in so many areas. Just because the dick is between your legs and the form says that you're male, that does not make you a man. Mr. Walter. It said most women, hold on, put that back up. Most women cheat what? Most women cheat and they do it good, but a few black men cheat. Zoe, we're not doing this tonight with you. We did that episode last year. Men don't want conversation unless it's in the kitchen or the bedroom. Laugh out loud. You're not kidding, because that's true. That is true. That's what men want. And then they'll cry and say that they don't have a woman that pay them no attention, or they'll have a woman that's literally telling them everything that she wants and she needs in the life. But because they're the man, Yeah, Walter, because remember, you thought you had a teammate, so you thought you was finna get that. This is my show. I told you about that. When you have all these men that tell me use comments like that, what make them think that we take them serious? So why we have so many women that inquire for men to be able to take them to expensive restaurants because they can't have a basic conversation to do nothing else. It is about sex. So why do y'all not expect these materialistic women to treat y'all the way that they treat y'all? Because that's what y'all been looking for. When y'all have the good women at home, y'all sit there and assume that we're cheating, but the whole day got up that morning and put on all the makeup in her face and don't even know who she is and can't even remember what she looked like. Y'all sitting up there running behind her. And when you get dogged out, then y'all want to go up there and generalize all the women. No, baby, it's just all the women that you picked and you was attracted to. A woman doesn't get to decide whether a man is trash or not. If he is trash, kick him to the curb and let him be him. You try to change us into what you see that, and there go. That's how I know, Walter. You need counseling. I'm gonna tell you this again. I don't never change nobody. I just require you to be the person that you are. And you said that you were.
I don't think he's talking about you, Mom. I think he's just saying in general.
Walter's talking to me. Walter be trying to be funny. He was trying to be funny. That's how Walter do this. He been doing this for a whole year now. But I'm telling Walter, yeah, I picked a lot of whores back in the days, and they wasn't good whores. And see, that's y'all fault. But I guarantee you, it's a generalized notation about the women today and how all us ain't shit because y'all messed with a whole bunch of whores back in the day. That was y'all choice. And what's so crazy is, I can tell you right now, that he say that. All the male whores from back in the days that I turned down back in the days that all resurfaced in 2024. You know what conversation I had with them same men? Them same exact men. Baby, you wasn't shit back then. And now you just older and ain't shit. You still doing the same thing, still trying to chase the girl with the BBLs and the one that's gonna win and fix her body, but you in the ugly girl inbox. You still run around with children you can't take care of. You still doing all that stuff. You just done got old now. Maybe you got a good job because they done start hiring everybody. So maybe you done went and got you a good job because you probably got a habit that you want to keep up or you want to run to the club or the casino. So yeah, maybe you is doing a little bit of good for yourself. But then them ain't the women that's taking care of y'all because them same women is with what? Going dating the ones that's younger than y'all. That's why they trying to look younger than y'all. So they don't want y'all, then y'all want us. And y'all want us to take care of y'all. Y'all want us to sit by there and talk. Oh, no. Walter, I met them in the strip club, so I know what was up. Exactly. Look where y'all picking them from. And y'all want to generalize them with the real women. How y'all, that don't work. Make it make sense. Somebody better make it make sense. Because you had a whole bunch of big boy talk just then. You better make that make sense. Where are you getting your women from? Because if you met her in the club and she be in the club every time you in the club, when do you expect her to cook?
Well, I want to say something about that.
Go ahead.
Regardless of where you met her at, there's certain things that is required if you're in a relationship. The same shit I did when I was single is not the same shit I'm gonna do if I'm involved. So, regardless of where I met your ass at, if you know you're in a relationship, you know you should cook, or I should cook, whoever.
Right.
The dynamics change. So you can't say, "Well, I met you in the club, so I got to treat you like a hoe." Or I met you in the church, so now I got to treat you like a saint. That ain't how I go. That's not how I go. If you're single, you're gonna do single shit, regardless of where I met you at. Regardless of where I met you at. Okay. Regardless of where I met you at, you're gonna do single shit.
Right.
When you're in a relationship, that ain't how I go no more. Oh, you met her and she was dressed like a hoe. She was single then, goddammit.
Right.
Now she's in a relationship.
That's crazy. But again, but even that,
in a relationship, your shit got to change.
I'm sorry. They tested because they couldn't get in the debate. Let's see, I think that's your guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. But I understand that. But like what I'm saying though, I don't expect. And he talking about you got to go in there and change. I don't never want nobody to change. I want people to understand, and that's the problem that I think a lot of people face is because they are. People think that people want them to change when they don't realize that no, it's not always change. Some people have boundaries set in place, and it's not about you changing, it's about you understanding that a person got boundaries. So what you do over there, by all means, you can do that. I'm just letting you know that you can't do that over here. So you ain't got to change, but you just got to understand that that right there is not acceptable over here. It's that when a man goes for a woman, he looks for what he wants. When a woman chooses a man, she thinks about what she can turn him into. I don't want to turn no man into nothing. When I get a man, I expect him to already know all that stuff. That's what I'm trying to get. That's what I want them to understand. I ain't trying to turn no man. I ain't trying to do the build a man. I ain't trying to do none of that stuff. I want a man to show up and actually be the man that he said he was. Show up there and be just what that is. Don't show up there.
I think Walter wants you to generalize. Walter ain't talking about you.
But I ain't finna generalize. I can't generalize because we got to talk about me, and I got to make it make sense. Yeah, I can't speak for them because if we speak for them, we speaking for the hoes that they got at the strip club, and I used to be one, but we speaking for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. But I can speak for when it come over here. I know that what you're saying is a generalized statement when it comes to Walter. And I know that for me, I'm not that chick. So I know for a fact that what you're saying is not true because that don't apply to me. And you're saying women, and I'm a woman. I'm not no sis. I'm a woman. I done pushed the baby up out of here. I'm her.
He said that, but Walter said that you weren't preaching that last week.
Yes, I was. I said the same thing last week. I require you to be the person that you is, and I told Show Out to go ahead and let y'all know that the statements that you were making did not apply to me. That is exactly what I said last week. That's exactly what I'm saying today. But if you are in a relationship with somebody and that's what you got going on, that's in a relationship. Okay. Well, play back the show. Play back the show, and I want you to play it back. I'll play that back. And if he up here, if Show Out is up here, you can go back to the part where Show Out said that does not apply to Auntie. Because baby, yes. Because no. I'm telling you, my opinions goes to whoever and what the situation is. When it comes to men and y'all want to be the man in a relationship, this is how I feel about this situation. Last week, I said the same thing. We were talking about spiritual soul ties. So if we're talking about spiritual soul ties last week, I'm letting you know I don't give a damn who you is, man or not. You not finna release nothing over here to me. Now, this week, we're talking about 50-50. And I'm telling you, in a 50-50 relationship, most people that speak on 50-50 relationships do not know what a 50-50 relationship is because, and just like y'all having a conversation about this woman, everything y'all said, the only thing she brought to that table was pussy. But y'all want her to be the woman. You telling me about she got to go lay down and that's what you want and this, that, and other. Okay, but what is the 50-50 in the relationship? What is the other stuff? What is going on in a relationship? So she is just there to lay on her back for you? I'm not that chick. So I ask you again, where do you go find your women? When you generalizing all women, but you telling me stuff that does not apply to me. So you can't be speaking about all women. So I want to know, you telling me about what I said last week. Yes, last week I said the same thing. Ain't no man, I don't care who you is. You not finna do that. That's not, and you know that, Walter. You already know. I don't know why you be trying to call stuff out when you know I have no problem running that back. And I said what I said, and I'm gonna say it every week that you got to make it make sense. If you can make it make sense to me, then we gonna make it make sense. But I'm not finna sit here. We only need 3 things from you: kitty, respect, and loyalty. Most of y'all can't do these things. The other stuff is extra. See? And that's what I'm talking about.
You and Walter must be real close.
No, Walter does this every Thursday. Walter has been a part since I joined the BFAM family last year in September. This is how Walter been. Pussy don't excite me like that. A woman in my life have to bring in a lot. I'm not asking money, but like I said before, she need to be my support, conversation, business part. That you better listen. And when I tell you right now, and you can go and ask show at, baby, you can check me off in all boxes. So yeah. And since you talk about what women don't do when they have to be cheating, only thing that I cheat with is the Colorado Technical University, because I go to school all week long. That's when if you want to say I cheat, and I'm cheating with my make it make sense with Aunti. And if that's, and literally, and he be around when I be working. I have no reason to be out there cheating because I'm too grown for that. I'm too grown to be sitting up there trying to, first of all, be competing with a man that I say that I'm trying to build with. A real woman ain't finna be sitting up there doing all that. And that's what I'm saying. You're not looking for a real woman. You're looking for a companion. Then that's what you need to say that you're looking for. A real woman is somebody, and you talking about 50-50 in 2024, when most incomes is not enough to pay bills in the house. Being a 50-50 partner in the relationship means that y'all are actually splitting bills. Y'all are actually splitting responsibilities. So the fact that you just want to sit there and be the man, but I'm guarantee you that woman ain't just laying down in the house and she ain't got to work no job. She ain't got to bring in some sort of income or be doing something else. So again, like this conversation said, y'all expecting stuff that went on back in the days from people that ain't living that life back there. You should have went and got John Cleaver. Because we work out here.
So with that being said, do you feel that everything should be 50-50?
No, because I don't believe in a 50-50 relationship. That's what I'm saying. I believe in 100-100. Because I believe that if you do 50-50, if one of us come up short, we still 50 short. So no, I don't believe in that at all. That's why I'm saying. So when they be having these conversations and he be yelling out that stuff about all that sex and stuff, that's what is expected when you expect a 50-50 relationship. You never expected it to be whole anyway. So that's fine with how you feel. But you can't generalize that statement and put every woman in that, because I don't look for a 50-50 relationship, because that don't make sense to me. Okay. Walter. Yeah, the call out. I've been telling you, don't do that. Well, Miss Shay, she can come on, she can speak. Look. She done muted her mic. She ain't saying nothing. Miss Shay, you being requested, ma'am. Did you make this version of your relationship, or did your man? I promise you, that cuz we would never live like that. Live like what? Live like what? In an effective communicating relationship? Exactly. Hence why I said I am a sapiosexual, and emotional intelligence is required to ride this ride. That is why me and you will never be on the same page, Walter, and I don't expect to be, because we are at two levels that are completely opposite. Like we're completely different. Whereas you're looking for a woman to acquire your needs when in the bed, I want to know why your brain think the way that it do. I want to know why you feel that is something that is at your big grown age. Why do men still feel? Who deemed it the way it is? I guarantee it was you. Your man didn't make that. He don't have to make nothing. And again, that goes back to boundaries. You ain't got the devil do nothing you don't want to do when it comes to Krishana Polite, baby. You don't never have to do absolutely nothing. You just have to understand and respect the fact that this is what goes on over here, where these boundaries at. And either you going to get over here and get done what you're supposed to do, or you can go back over there. And in that require, it's not like I'm coming in, I'm asking for stuff that's not required in a relationship. It's not that I'm asking for more than, it's not that I'm doing none of that. I'm just letting the person understand that over here, I am healed. And anything that you got going over there, I'm going to call it out and I'm going to expose it. And if you are the man that you say that you is, you're going to address it. You're not going to make no excuses and tell me about, oh, a man didn't do that. That's why I don't deal with certain men, because that's your philosophy. That's what you think. And that makes absolutely no sense to me, unless the only reason why you have that woman at your house is just because you need to get your dick off. That's it. She has no value. What intrinsic value does she have to the relationship if all she is good for is to sit there and listen to you, let you just jump on her? No thanks, not for me. You build your super. I'm not building no Superman. Men should already come that way. Since there's so many of y'all in the world that claim y'all men, why do we have to build them? That's what I don't understand. If we got so many of y'all that claim that y'all are this perfect man and y'all got it all figured out, why do I have to build a man since y'all got it together? Why is it that me requiring the basic steps that it says that that's what it is, those requirements, why is me asking a man to fulfill those requirements now considered for me to be building a man? If that's what y'all say that y'all is. I just need you to make that make sense to me. That makes absolutely no sense to me. And that's the problem. You don't want a woman. You want somebody that is going to obey you. You want somebody that is going to sit there and to be a child to you, a maid to you. Because if you were looking for an equal partner, you will look for somebody to build with. Just like when y'all be talking about y'all women and y'all don't want no strong woman. I don't understand that because y'all like to go back to the Bible. So just make this make sense to me, and then I ain't gonna say nothing else about it. If we supposed to be made of your rib, wouldn't that mean that the other part of your rib would be strong if that's what you say you is? Or we gonna be lopsided because you're gonna have a strong side that's real, and I'm gonna be made of your rib, and I'm just gonna have a little tiny piece over here. You would expect that to go coincide together, that it's gonna rock and lock and match up. So again, the man or whoever supposed to be for me is not going to be offended by me requiring him to be what he say he is. The man that man is going to walk in and he ain't going to trip about a woman that's strong-minded, independent, that's going to actually go in there and help out. That ain't what he going to do. A man, since y'all like to use that term, a man is either going to go in, step in the room, and automatically that strong woman is going to become submissive because that is what she is supposed to do. Now, if y'all can't make women submit, just say that.
But why should we have to make them submit?
But that's what I'm saying. So why should we have to build a man?
I agree with that. I agree with that.
That's what I'm just telling him that. That's what I'm saying. People want to have, and then it's just be like, we're going to do this, but it ain't going to do this. Let's see, a woman was made of one rib, that's not half, so she can't be as strong as a man. It's only one Superman. So, right, but if he took one of your ribs and gave us one, so that means the rest of them was built on us, so why would y'all expect us not to be strong if we was built to stand up by ourselves? I'm just saying. But they finna run the ass right quick because we got to thank our sponsors right quick. Y'all don't go nowhere. We're going to thank our sponsors right quick. That's coming from who we have up first. With AR Excellent Cleaning, we want to thank Miss Ariana, who, you know what I'm saying, if y'all living in the Tampa, Brandon, Gibsonton area, and you are in need of somebody to clean for you, Miss Ariana does it with weekly prices. I think the price is like, $125, something like that for a week. She'll go in and clean. You can go ahead and contact her. Information is listed below. And again, that's AR. Of course, y'all can check out Make It Make Sense with Aunti, which is actually a program. Y'all can actually call me. I got counseling stuff going on. Right now, we are doing the 30-day self-love challenge. So if you are interested in signing up for the 30-day challenge, go ahead and hit me up, and we will go ahead and make sure we get you in that email group. It's a lot of stuff that's fun stuff, interactive stuff for y'all to go ahead and do with the 30-day challenge. So, yeah. And of course, y'all know y'all turn in every Thursday. And then y'all can't forget my boy, Pedro. So this is Pedro, the HS Soap Company. Y'all know I love HS Soap Company, especially if you are dealing with any skin issues, any skin conditions, eczema, psoriasis. Trust me, I live by this stuff. I love it to death. So if y'all are looking for any products, go ahead and hit up Pedro Romero over at HS Soap Company. And he has some wonderful deals. And our lovely Miss Rena Simone. I'm not sure what's going on. She was supposed to be here tonight, but this is our beauty and wellness from the inside out. Y'all make sure y'all check her up. Check her out at Rena Simone Wellness. And of course, Mr. Show Out with Mr. Smooth Transitions, our digital designer, our digital graphic designer, and Mr. Show Out. That's who was in there speaking earlier today. He's at work, so he couldn't make it here. But if you are looking to do any of the logos, if you're looking for any flyers, anything, you can go ahead and hit us up, Smooth Transitions Design LLC. And that's at 656-214-2909. All right, we back before we leave up out of here. We got 5 more minutes before we go. Miss Shay, you gonna say something to us before you leave up out of here? Where's she at work?
She at home, I
I'm
think.
just listening.
You better introduce yourself before we leave. We finna go. We got 5 minutes left. What you got going on, girl?
Oh, nothing. I was just invited by Chris, my man.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And
Walter. That's right, Miss Strickland. Well, I'm so excited. I listen, this is a matchup that I've been waiting on. It's been good to see you, Chris. It's been so many years. I want to plan a family reunion. I want to plan a family
Okay.
reunion. So, oh yeah, so Auntie didn't tell y'all because we wanted to make sure that y'all tuned in. This is my big cousin. So, right, big cousin in there doing his thing. Y'all make sure I'm telling y'all that more program, more for you. We are truly going to be a part of that. I know if Zoe's still on here, Zoe, we're gonna have to get with him and talk to him about that because Zoe is wonderful. Like truly, Zoe is somebody that he is that man, and he has those connections, and he works with a lot of groups and different people. So we're gonna make sure that we all get in with this more for you. You gonna do that in Tampa?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested. I'm super interested in that. Definitely let me know when y'all get that up and going because we sure enough want to do that. But before we go, we do have some
What about
stuff
the
coming up.
politics? What about the politics?
The politics. All right, so look, the last few minutes, he said, I bet she met him. Listen, now here she go. I bet she met him as a trucker and love him as a trucker. Women need to accept who we are and quit trying to make all these soft ass men. Did you not just hear me say that's my big cousin? Do you really not? Did you not just hear me say? Did you see how he ain't have no chill? Really, Walter? Walter, it's in the family. It's the bloodline. Listen, I don't know about them other women, but I was raised by these men right here. So I don't know what y'all talk about. Listen, I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't that chick. And that's the answer to everybody's question to why was I gay if I had no strong black men in my life. Okay, here's another one. They all said that about me. They all said I had no black men in my life. Oh, I had to be, man, listen, it was crazy. I bet you just don't understand, baby. I was raised up under the tree, under the block with all the men. Men raised me. That's why I am the way that I am, and I don't accept nothing less. That's why, because I was raised by strong black men. That's why I require you to be the man that y'all say that y'all is. But yes, we truly appreciate Mr. Chris Bryson for coming out. Miss Shay Strickland, we appreciate y'all for coming out. I don't know what happened as far as the links coming, but we're going to make sure we have Miss Rena and them here with us next week. I thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for tuning in like y'all always do. Make sure y'all tune in at 7 for Speak That Shit with Alonzo with Mr. Zobo 69. And y'all stay tuned at 9:30 for You Guys Are the Worst with DC. We are the beginning of the Thursday lineup, and I want y'all to make sure that y'all stay tuned in. And y'all go and check. If y'all just catching in, just tuning in, y'all go over to YouTube and you can go over and catch the replay. But yeah, you can finish up with your politics. I'm not doing that with these people here. Did you see that letter? We can end the show with all these people, and this is I'm being for real though too. All these people that's real deal taking this that's done took this election, and now y'all feel the time that y'all gonna be bold on social media. Y'all better go listen to that Kendrick Lamar song, and he was talking about the slaves, and he was talking about us, and they're not like us. We listen. I'm not gonna be that one. I had a lady attack me today because the girl said that she requires us to go sign up because I guess they've been sending. Did you see that the post where they're sending out the thing talking about you got to report to the cotton field?
Yeah, I seen that.
Okay, so a girl said that the girl posted that and said that she gonna start requiring us and she gonna make us come take jobs and this that other. So I told her I want to be the cook. Let's see. Some people just don't get the message. This is part one. We doing this next week, part two. That's Mr. Showat. That's right, Showat. That's right. Because you're gonna have to come up here and you're gonna have to let I don't know what Walter be talking about. Because you better let them know, baby. Yes, you got her. You're dealing with pressure, and I don't play like that. But no. But yeah, so they said that. So I made a statement, and the lady told me that I was wrong for saying. I just want to be the cook. But y'all make sure y'all tune in.